thank you so much for joining us. Your key findings, of course, point to some of the challenges and some of the weaknesses. Leadership is a big plus factor, but financial management, municipalities are not so good. Tell us your key findings.
Karima, I think in terms of the key findings, obviously leadership and inspirational leadership is a key consideration. It has been highlighted throughout our survey that it is in fact one of the most effective contributing factors. I think the difficulty on leadership is that it doesn't necessarily flow down into the organization. It doesn't find its way into the fabric, and it doesn't allow the organizations to then operate as one and actually move together in terms of executing the strategy. I think the second most important factor that was highlighted is we're looking at finance, and we all know that local government is in fact in dire straits when it comes to finance, and there's two aspects to that. Firstly, it's about the rands and cents and having the resources available. Two legs to that, obviously revenue generation, the quality of revenue that needs to come in. Together with that, the credit ratings that are affected by the quality of your revenue streams. And I think it's all over the media around qualifications in the AG reports with regard to collectability of debtors, the quality of revenue streams, completeness of revenue, etc. With that also goes sustainable cost management, which I think is an area that we certainly believe is an area for great improvement. Then I think a third aspect to look at is just the quality of financial management, the capability within municipalities to, under circumstances under which we currently operate, is to come up with innovation in terms of new ways of financing the affairs of local government. A third aspect that came very clear in the survey that we conducted is the issue of implementation planning. Now, if one sits back and you look at all the great strategies that we've devised over years, typically you find very, very nice growth and development strategies for a number of municipalities. That then gets translated into implementation plans. Now, the difficulty is the implementation plans are quite often an expression of the political requirements of people and of the constituents and the residents in an area. It's not always necessarily funded, so we quite often see unfunded mandates. I think a key aspect to that is also the fact that they are not necessarily linked to responsibilities, ownership, outcomes and key performance indicators.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time. That's where we will have to leave it. Certainly much more to do on the issue of strengthening financial controls in municipalities. Thanks so much for joining us.